G'day everybody, welcome back to Bywater and welcome back to Tales of the Shire, where we have crossed into our very first day, well, today's the second day, of summer. And, well, in true blue fashion, I have already passed out on the first day of summer, but that's because we've been very busy doing a whole bunch of stuff in the very beginning of summer, and I felt like it was a very productive day. You know, we got a lot of stuff done. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind missing, you know, the first sort of section of the day, the morning, if we can actually get a whole bunch of stuff done towards the end of, you know, the previous night. We do have quite a few things to do, obviously. Check in with various people on more friendship tales. And, well, we're going to try and progress all of our club levels as well, naturally. And we did check out the board, if I'm not mistaken, in the previous episode, so I do want to just check in on what we do need to try and do this time around. So, we need to cook using 2-star ruby taters. If I'm not mistaken, that's what's required, right? Of at least 2 stars of deliciousness, 1 ruby tater. Or, yeah, okay, so I was reading some comments saying that they were also confused when they were doing the cooking quests, but essentially what needs to happen, I think, is for us to use a ruby tater that is of 2-star deliciousness. It doesn't matter, you know, what outcome you get, as long as you're using a 2-star ruby tater. I think that's the goal there. So we'll give that another go a little bit later. We've got more foraging to do. And I think we're almost there for butterfly cups, which is good. So we'll try to see if we can forage all of these things. We need more white buttons, which shouldn't be too much of an issue in this season. So yeah, let's try and get it done. The first thing to get done this morning is all of the farming, obviously. We did get another chook in the previous episode as well, so I'm very happy about that. Let me just take a look at our stuff here. Okay, we've got a lot of random bits and pieces, so I'm just going to tuck that away for the time being. And, you know what? In the previous episode, we didn't really get to make the cheese that we wanted to make, right? So, maybe might not be a bad idea to go out and see Lily about making that cheese. So, I assume we don't have to wait for her to, you know, stay in the Green Dragon. I assume we can just approach her even when she's still at the farm. What happened to all of my black pepper? I thought it would be here. The salt and the sugar is here. Oh, here we go. So black pepper. I've got a little bit. I'll bring all of it. And then I'll need some milk as well, right? So got quite a lot of milk, and I can always buy some more. So that's fine. Okay. And let's do a bit of gardening. I'm just double checking that we've got stuff in all of our grow beds. I think we do. Yeah, okay. So I guess a lot of them just simply haven't grown just yet, so I was getting a little bit worried when I couldn't really see any leaves or anything in there, so let's just grab more stuff. More flowers to sell. Now, I don't think cauliflower would be a good thing to grow this season. Okay. So let's throw in, I would say let's throw in some flowers first, because we did take a few flowers out there. Can I get, yeah, so I can get something in the very corner there, and then I should be able to try to grow something else in this corner, if we can squeeze it in. So a bit of fennel, and then we've got brown taters, I can grow those. We could do some more basil. Let's do some brown taters. And then box pepper there, and basil here. Looking good. And I think we may have had a space right here that we could utilize. Let's take a look. Okay, the tomatoes don't really play nicely with the box peppers, unfortunately. But the lettuce works well with the strawberries, apparently, so that looks good. And a bit more basil. Alright. I think that's it for the farm. Let's just quickly tuck away a few other things here. And we should head into town to sell off a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe buy some more milk, buy some more black pepper. But maybe even before we go into town, I will go see Lily right now because, well, there is a risk that if I don't go see Lily right now, we will never ever get the cheese that we're after. So, oh, okay. Well, I suppose Lily's already at the Green Dragon, so I'm gonna need to go to town anyway. We also have a friendship quest with her, so I may as well complete that while we're headed into town anyway. So, I'm thinking maybe we do the exchange with Lily first, and then we'll sell whatever's remaining in our inventory, except for the cheese, obviously, to, well, I would say young Tom, and then we'll swing by Hobson as well. Well, we can sell stuff to Hobson. But basically, all I'm trying to say is I need to buy some more black pepper and some more milk, so we'll do that. So let's trade first, and then let's get this, the peppermickle. So I feel like there could be a better way for this interaction to happen. Like, I feel like given like an option to create a certain amount, you could, provided you've got the ingredients for it, do a big batch, right? Rather than having to do this one by one. So I feel like that's a bit of a missed opportunity there. I think we've got enough peppermickle now. Let's have a chat. Ah, Blue Love. You know, my pockets are always filled with butters and cheeses and such like. I'm always happy to trade, but first, let's go for a walk together. Of course, Mrs. Cotton. This place is called Sunset Meadow. It was my dad's field when I was a little one. Bywater was different back then. We used to have these big festivals. And there'd be bonfires and dancing and even fireworks. Everyone helped each other. They were good times. What with everything you're doing, going around Bywater, making things better for everyone, it's like those times I remember are coming back again. Look at that view. Beautiful. Cool. Alright. I don't know if friendship unlocks like more things that we can trade with certain people, but yeah, anyway. I think we're done with cheese making. Let's go to town, sell off some of our goods. Yeah, we need Hobson. Firstly, let's just sell all of this stuff. Now, I don't know if I should be keeping, like, bits of wood that I find, because, I can use that to trade with Willow, can't I? Three-star salt. 3-star black pepper. Okay, I've got quite a few bits and pieces here, and then I'll probably grab a little bit of milk here as well. Three-star milk. Got quite a lot of cream, quite a few eggs, thanks to our own chooks. So, yeah, things are looking good. Now, I can't remember if I managed to squeeze in inviting people before we passed out the previous day. But I suppose since we're about to swing by the post box, we can probably check on that. And also, just before I take a look, yeah, okay, we don't have any other tails. We could maybe just check in on a few other tails. So, let's check in with Neffy. So, a new story. Hobbit, you seem to enjoy my story. I have another one for you. I can tell it better. It is one that is very important to me. Alright, well, we'll check in with Neffy and... let's see. Maybe friendship with Marigold? Busy time for Bywater. Hello, lovely. I wanted to check in to see how you're doing. Come and visit me at the Ivy Bush when you can. It'd be wonderful to talk now that you're all moved in. Okay, cool. Speaking of moved in, we do have a new space in the home that we could try to decorate as well, right? Yes, we got Barrowed again. Thanks, Orlo, for all of your support. I know I've got a lot of presents in the post box there, but I'm just afraid that I won't have space for all of it. So I'm just transferring everything for now. Okay, let's grab the stuff. It's a nice looking rug there. Nice looking painting as well. Let's archive things. Okay, and then we'll open some of this other stuff a little bit later, but I do want to check in with Neffy. So, do we do that now? I suppose. But, look, instead of going to Neffy immediately, I kind of want to go to the Forest Glade. And just check on whether or not we can find some fruits there, because I keep going to that location and not finding anything. But perhaps maybe I needed to give it like a day or two in the summer before being able to actually find some stuff. I do see a marker on the map to say that there may be some lemons there. So we'll have a quick look. Plus, this gives me a good excuse to pass by Willow's place where we can continue to forage more mushrooms. Not the right spot for penny buns out here though. Another place that we should try to visit, actually, is the island that's near Neffy's place. Is it an island? It's not exactly an island, is it? Like, it's like marshes or swamps. So, we should go there just to see if we can find any berries. I believe it's supposed to be berries growing in some of the bushes there. There's a penny bun. I shall take that. No, sorry, puffball, rather. And it is the puffballs that we're looking for. Is it the puffballs that we're looking for? Hang on. No, it's white buttons that we're looking for. So, hang on. Do we not have the ability to find white buttons in this season? Oh, look at that. Yeah, these are just like dropping from the tree. That's brilliant. And then this must be the orange tree, so perhaps maybe now's not the season, but maybe in autumn? Maybe we can get some oranges? Or would it be the winter time? But I suppose we did start being able to go to that location during the winter time, right? Like, we didn't find anything out there. Unless maybe I didn't go back as often as I should have. Anyway, it's good that we can pick up some lemons. Okay, getting a little bit late. I'm gonna circle around and I'll see if Neffy's still up for a chat. I know it's already evening. I'm just double checking here. I don't see anything to do with like sharing a meal today, so we're not at risk of, you know, annoying people by not showing up. One second, guys. I just want to take a look at whether or not we can take a look at, like, mushrooms. Yeah, I feel like I tried to do this the other day. Ah, here we go. Puffballs, white buttons. So white buttons are available in the autumn. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to be able to complete this. I think we've probably just had this for the longest time. And because it was almost complete, I kept it in there. But it's not worth keeping in there for now, I don't think. So we should go with... Man, these are all quite challenging. Let's do the puffballs. If we can get rid of that. Oh, there's Neffy, so don't even need to go to Neffy's place.
Yeah.
I have a friend gift for you. A watering can? Improved. Better for gardening. Thank you, Neffy. Now let us go. We must have another walk. Lead on. I hear many stories of how you are helping the hobbits. I like it here. I like it here too, but I also have bonds of family. These are strong. Family? How? I have a mother. She has a brother. My mother's brother came here many years ago. When I was young, I remember a king in exile who lived in the Blue Mountains. He worked as a smith, as do I. But he was fierce and proud. Thorin Oakenshield was his name. Oh man, that brings me back to the Hobbit movies, or the trilogy. Not as good as Lord of the Rings, but I did really enjoy it nonetheless. I know it gets a bit of flack. Yeah, I know who he is. Thorin Oakenshield was a great leader. He fought a dragon. He took back his kingdom. He died. His journey began here in Hobbiton and Bywater. Mr. Baggins travelled with him. He was his friend. And so was my mother's brother, Ori, of the House of Durin. So your uncle went on Mr. Baggins's adventure? He did many brave deeds. Did he tell you about them? I remember him when I was very young. He sat and played sad music on his flute in the halls of my people. Will your uncle Ori come here again? He has left us on another adventure with Balin, son of Fúdin. He has gone to Khazad-dûm, that some call Moria. Great shall be the rejoicing when Balin claims those darkened halls as his own. The end. Will you go to live there? My heart yearns to, for I am of the House of Durin, and Khazad-dûm was Durin's home. But no word has been heard for many moons. I fear my people have failed, Bluebanks. I fear there is no joy to be heard from Moria. I'm sorry, Neffy. Thank you, friend, but let's not think on such dark business. Today, the weather is fine. We must think of my uncle and his friends here in Bywater in happier times. I like how this game sort of connects little bits and pieces to, you know, parts of the movies. Watering can upgraded. Your watering can be upgraded to the trusty big watering can. The water capacity has increased, allowing you to hold maybe more water before running out, and your garden beds get watered faster. Oh, it's about time actually, because I feel like I've been maybe complaining a few times. that it takes us a while to get through the entire garden. Now I have the confidence to actually get another gardening bed, if it's not going to take us as long to water all of our plants. Although, it will still take quite a while for us to, you know, grow stuff. Sorry, not grow stuff, but like, plan each and every garden bed, right? Like, that in itself is not easy. I'm just out here trying to look for some elderberries because I know elderberries are part of the to-do list. There we go. Got a few more. I think it has to be like 2 stars or something. So it can be quite a bit of a challenge. To have a look around some of these vines. See if we've got any more berries to gather. Don't really see anything. Ooh, some raspberries. Oh, that reminds me, maybe I should go to the marsh area. Let's do it. Let's see if we can check on it. Where is it? I think it should be around here somewhere, right? Mind you, it is getting late, and I know I keep saying this, but I would like to leave, and I would like to sleep on time. I just get so distracted with all of this stuff available. See? Some more mushrooms over there. That's gonna slow us down. I think I'll have enough time to check out the marshes and then go back home, send an invite, and go to sleep on time. Hopefully. I know I don't sound very confident in this, but you gotta do what you gotta do in Bywater, as they say. Alright, so are there any berries? Is this not the right season? Maybe it's not the right season, guys. Now, from the previous episode, I was actually kind of surprised at how easy it is to make jams. I would have thought that you would need like 2 or 3 lots of berries before you could even make 1 jar of jam, but it's really only 1 lot of berries, so we do need to check in with Marigold. So I think that's what we'll do in the next episode. Sorry, not next episode, in the next day. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go to Delphi's rooftop. We'll invite Delphi. And, well, I mean, because we need to check in with Marigold anyway, maybe we'll invite her. And then let's do Orlo. I feel like I haven't had a meal with Orlo for a while. Cool. all the invites have been sent. Time for bed. And yeah, there is that space which I haven't checked out. Maybe today is the day. Wow, yet again, another dry day. Although it is the summertime, so I suppose it makes a lot of sense. So, maybe we do the forager's shirt, and then we can do water trudging breeches. That looks fine. Okay, so let's just tuck away a few things. So I'm not really in need of too much cash just yet. So I don't know. I might even decide on skipping any form of sale for a day, you know? Like I do buying and selling almost every day. Depending on whether or not we've got seeds to occupy all of our garden beds. But perhaps maybe with the exception of buying one more garden bed. Maybe we should buy a garden bed so we can keep going with growing a few other things. So let's put more flowers in, and can I get, yeah, some thyme in there. So this coriander, is it gonna grow? I don't think, yeah, okay. So coriander is going to have trouble growing. So we may as well dig that out, actually. I should have done this earlier. Okay. Now, let us get maybe a bit more thyme. Oh, I should have squeezed that in a little bit more, shouldn't I? Oh well. That's fine. I think we picked a few things in this area. Let's see if we can try and squeeze a few other bits and pieces. So, okay, the tomatoes don't go well with the maize. I'm just trying to think here. Do we have plenty of tomatoes growing here? Yeah. I would love a big amount of tomatoes, if possible. I'm just looking at what else is growing. We've got beans growing here. I think it is the season for these things as well. I'm just trying to figure out if things are not in season, then perhaps maybe it's a good idea for us to pull them out. Yeah, so we can do more lettuce. Thyme is not going to be happy here. Let's do maybe a bit of fennel. And I could squeeze one more in, I think. There we go. Alright, that was a bit difficult to achieve, but we got there. And maybe something else in here. I can get some more lettuce in. Yeah, why not? Flowers. Looks good. Okay. Now that that's done, I'm gonna check in with Willow, just so that I can squeeze in a little bit of foraging. And I can then also just check with her on what we can do with these pieces of wood. Ooh, okay, look at that. So yeah, I was not expecting this, but I think before we had the ability to exchange stuff, but now we can actually sell stuff to her as well. Wait a sec. Let's try that interaction again. So there's trading, where we can trade the windfall wood for nuts and coney and stuff. We would need 5 windfall wood for 3-star coney though, so yeah. I suppose I can forage around a little bit more for windfall wood and come back. But I'm more interested in all of this. I mean, look at all of that. Towel stands, yeah, it makes sense to get stuff like this. But I'm really, really interested in, like, shelving. I want one of these. Craftsman's shelves. Yeah, I'll grab one of those. Cottage desk. Side table? That looks interesting. Got wardrobes. I think I'll take another simple wardrobe. We're spending a lot of money here. Dividers could be good. Musician's lounge. Wall shelving. Ah, interesting. Ooh, these look good. Okay, yep. I really don't like how once you purchase something, the, you start from the top again. And you have to scroll down to where you were. This looks good. I'm just buying a whole bunch of stuff. We don't, like, have to use the stuff that we've bought. I'm sort of thinking about what might be good. The opulent stuff, yeah, the opulent stuff might be nice. Craftsman's cabinet. Where we get, like, tables and stuff. Art desk. That could be cool. Like the side tables. I'll buy a couple of these. Man, I feel like I could, like, spend so much time here. We could stay here forever. But I won't do that. I'm just gonna make one more purchase. Let's do, like, a square Oh, actually, no. A tea table might not be bad. Yeah. Let's get one of those. Alright. We've spent so much money. Let's just take a look out this way, because I feel like we should be able to find at least, yeah, one more of the windfall wood. I'll leave the other one there, because I just want to exchange the wood for good quality coney. Yeah, okay. Oh, wild beef. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, we're almost there, aren't we? I may as well go out this way. I'm gonna check in with all of our friends for the meal, obviously, so my next destination, well, after returning to Willow, that is, to exchange the wood. But I will have that meal and check in with Marigold. We sort of take things from there. I don't see anything to forage out this way. We have more lemons. We do. Only the one though, so it's not too much. Right, let's go back to Willow. So I'll just follow the river and cross. Some sparage. Always nice. I don't know why we would want to exchange windfall wood for these nuts. I suppose maybe if you were running out, that might not be a bad way to get a hold of the nuts that you want. But yeah, I think I'm happy with everything, especially all of the purchases that we've made. I'm gonna need to play around with where to place everything. I've already got a bit of an idea for some of the lower, like, coffee or tea tables. There's the other room with some of the sofas and whatnot. They don't really have a table just yet. So let's tidy things up. And then I need to open the mail, find out what people want to eat. Something sweet, something bitter, and something sweet. Well, luckily we've got 2 sweet meals ready to go, so I'm just gonna fish that out from the pantry. Just to make use of these things, you know? And then that bitter dish, so good night's forage. I feel like she always wants the good night's forage, and this could make it difficult for us to have a supply of butterfly cups. But anyway, if we're going to make this bitter, then I should use some bitter tasting mushrooms. Morels. I'll use up the morels for now. But I think we should be able to convert one of the butterfly cups to taste a bit bitter. Put some sage in there. Yeah, that's looking good. Alright, just need to assemble everything else. Very good. Alright. I think we're ready for this meal. Let's go back. I mean, we did enter the forest through Willow's place last time, so I might actually make my way out in this direction. And I'll see if we can come across a few other things to pick up. I wish we could jump over stuff. That'd be kind of useful. Okay, there she is. Delphi. Oh, actually, no, it's not Delphi that we need to speak to. We just need to go to the meal spot. There we go. Alright, so, meals for folks. Delphi, you can have that. And Olo, you can have the tart. And Marigold, you can have the good night's forage. Spot of lunch at Delphi's place. Looks delicious. Alright, let's skip through this though, because we do have a bit of a busy day. Okay, let's check in with Marigold. Let me just check in with what we can trade again. Oh yes, that's right, hops. Again, not sure about hops just yet. Hello, lovely. I was thinking, you've got good at foraging. We should trade. I've got yeast and barley if you need it. But let's go for a walk first. So, how are you settling in? Very well. I'm glad to hear it. Hobbits seem quite busy around Bywater. It's all this talk of us being a village. I've never seen the place so stirred up. I used to think that Bywater wasn't as good as it used to be. I thought the water was cleaner back then, the food better, skies more blue. And I know that's what memory can be like. In your head, you think things were better than they actually were. But seeing how everyone's coming together like this, it's made me realize that Bywater today is as good as Bywater back then. Better than Hobbiton. Hobbiton's more famous. Because of Mr. Baggins going off on adventures and making trouble. It sounds exciting. Between you and me, I agree with you. But some adventures can be closer to home. You're on an adventure right now here in Bywater. Really? It doesn't feel like one. That's the best sort. One day you'll look back on everything you've done here and think, well, that's quite a story. Then you'll be in my story too, Marigold. And very happy I am about that. Hang on. And very happy I am about that. See you soon, Blue. Right. There you go. I don't know if that's, like, unlocked anything else to trade. No. I think she just reminded us that we can trade hops for some of those things. But again, how do I get hops, guys? I have no idea. Who sells hops? Alright. Now that that's done, I think we can maybe focus a little bit on what we need to do for the missions. Puffballs. Is this the right season for puffballs? I think so, but it's just the 3-star version is what's making it a bit difficult for us. Common roach, raspberries. I haven't seen them. Oh yeah, no, we've seen raspberries, but just not 2-star ones. Elderberries. Okay. I know where to go to try and find more berries, I think. So we should try to go to Orlo's place. See if we can find some berries out there. And obviously there are berries like near our house, but they're always just blackberries though. Okay, let's rummage around the area. You never know. We might come across what we need. All right. Any more? There we go. I think we may have completed the elderberry mission. I don't think there was a requirement for it to be of a certain quality. Oh no, it is supposed to be a certain quality, so 2-star. Yeah. That's not gonna be as easy as we thought, but that's okay. So tomorrow we should continue trying to go for more elderberries. And out here we should be able to find a few more mushrooms. So let's just have a look around. I'm sort of interested in like checking on a lot of the bushes because sometimes, like right now, you might find raspberries, which, in my opinion, can be a little bit rare. So the raspberries we need, yeah, this is a huge challenge. 2-star raspberries. Okay, swing by this way. Lot of sparage everywhere. Ooh, wild beef. Need that. Oh, I see stuff down there. I wonder how we get into that area. I think it's still locked off, so perhaps maybe one of the friendship quests that we are yet to do might open things up for us. Okay, gonna swing back around up this way. Yeah, we're getting quite close to Sandyman's place. Let me cross, and I think we should try to head towards the home. Yeah, sorry guys, you might hear my cat there in the background. So apologies. He knows it's feeding time soon, so he's starting to get a little antsy. Meowing left, right, and center. So, gonna end the episode shortly, so I can get him his food. There's one last thing that I do want to do in this episode, and that is, well, if we can make it back home before the night ends. Oh, there's something shimmering up here. Let's check this out. Oh, it's Gandalf. Nora told me some stories about the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Did she? She's a wise hobbit, is Nora Burrows. She knows a lot about the wider world. Most unusual for a hobbit. There must be a curious took somewhere in her family tree. She told me that the elves love the stars. They do. They have a special devotion to she that lights the stars. Elbereth, they call her. An Elbereth Gilthaniel Silverin Penam... Oh, okay, sorry, this is Elvish, I guess. Elbereth Gilthaniel Silverin Penamiriel. What does that mean? Snow White, the Lady Clear, the Queen beyond the western seas. Are the stars very old? Some of them are ancient, older than the elves even. Almost all of them are older than men. All except one. Have you looked upon the evening star? Yes, of course. It has a brightness all of its own, don't you think? It is a Silmaril, a jewel burning with living light, more beautiful than the sun or the moon. It is bound to the brow of a great mariner, who sails across the night in a ship of silver and elven glass. It is the light that once shone over Valinor in a more perfect time. Why does the mariner sail across the sky? If you are asking me what happened, he sailed to Valinor, so he cannot return to Middle-earth. But the more important question is, what does it mean? It is a gift. No matter how black the night seems, you can see a light that is more powerful than any darkness. And that, Bluebanks, is an encouraging thought. It's quite a story. Is the mariner real? Oh yes, perfectly real. In fact, I am good friends with his son. Oh, fantastic. I didn't even know that Gandalf was still around. I thought he'd already left. So, there you go. He is hanging around for a little bit at the very least. It is time to go back home though. And as I said, there was one more thing that I wanted to do, which is to just quickly check on this area that has unlocked for us. So let's see if we can move a few things around just to allow us to get into this space. And yeah, maybe if I sort of move some of these things around, we'll be able to utilize the space a little bit better. So I think it makes sense to leave this here, and then this can go there in that like sort of corner. And then we can put more of these things on the windowsill. What style do we have here? Wood. Yeah, okay. Because I am kind of keen on making sure that the windows are all brick. So we might need to play around with placement of like bottles and whatnot. I should apply that everywhere, I think. And that should actually fix up the issue that we found with some of our windows near the other door. Let me see, can we put stuff... Yeah, we can still fit a few things right here. Though they don't look very stable. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. That doesn't look too bad. That's fine. Let's move that there, and then, yeah, we've got this space here, which is quite nice, and another space back here, which we need to sort of plan for. Maybe let's start with the beams, so we can go... I like having plants, so that seems alright, and then we go with maybe one like that. And then we need... I would say we need some furniture in here, right? Like, let's take a look. Do we have any big old tables? Or do we even want big tables? Maybe this can be like a reading room almost. Reading / hangout room, where people are sort of like enjoying conversations and stuff. I would say maybe we want sofas and the like. Yeah, I think a nice sofa facing the fireplace. We get, I would say, some chairs. Maybe a rocking chair. Yeah, and all sorts of like bits and bobs that would, you know, hopefully make a bit of sense going together. Daisy's rocking chair. Do we have a rug? I believe we managed to get ourselves a rug not so long ago. Yeah, I thought we had one. Thought we just picked it up in this episode. I don't see any rugs. How big are some of these tables? Yeah, they're quite large, aren't they? Probably don't want those. I could do with some shelving. Something over there. Simple shelves, maybe over here. And then we could go with something like that. And then let's do I like the idea of maybe some side tables. But these seem a little bit, like, tall, don't they? Maybe I could do, like, a few additional chairs, sort of faced, like, over here. Like so. This could be like a little sort of games like table. Like I'm imagining people like playing Othello or chess or whatever. We can maybe give it a little bit more space. Like so. Alright, there's probably going to be a few knickknacks that I need to place down in this space, but that might have to come in the next episode or subsequent episodes. I am gonna call it here because my little fur baby is demanding some food right now, so it is time for me to feed him. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop me a like down below as usual. Chuck us some comments if you want to get in touch. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.